Stephen A. Smith basically tries to call out President Trump and J.D. Vance and Pete Hegseth over DEI.
Sure.
President Trump, I'm happy to sit down with you to have that conversation, sir. I'd love for you to try to defend it. Vice President Vance, you too. Pete Hegseth, you too. Stephen A. Smith is calling you out on national television. I'd love for you to sit down with the cameras rolling and try to defend this. It's ridiculous. Go ahead, Molly.
Okay, we'll leave it there again.
Listen to that. Oh, God, it aggravates me how we'll leave it there because she's acting like it's such a deeply emotional topic. We'll leave it there.
Go ahead, Molly.
Okay, we'll leave it there again.
Oh, shut the fuck up. So I responded, nobody has to defend anything, Stephen A. Smith. The American people voted for President Trump to end all DEI bullshit. This is what we're wanted. The president is delivering. Fuck off. That is my statement to Stephen A. Smith. He doesn't owe you a damn thing. He doesn't owe you shit. We, the people, voted based on him running on the fact that he was going to end all DEI propaganda. And that's exactly what he's doing. He doesn't have to explain shit to Stephen A. Smith. Absolutely ridiculous. Like you fucking matter anyway, Stephen A. Jesus. Unbelievable. So I've been looking at like a lot of this. So like Stephen A. makes this big hoopla today, whining and crying on First Take.
Matter of fact, I think that there's a few things, not many, not all, but there's a few things this present administration is not being honest about. And we have to call it like we see it. You know, there's this effort, this concerted effort to eradicate DEI, as we all know.
So this is all because Jackie Robinson's Army career story was apparently removed by the Department of Defense website. It has since been restored. And they're still making a big hoopla over this. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a flying fuck, okay? It happened. It was corrected. No more crying. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your constant victim narrative.
And one of the things is you've seen me, Molly, talking about politics. This subject intertwines politics and sports. So if we want to go there, let's go there. You know, they want to eradicate DEI programs and what have you. And what I've said to folks, particularly on the side of the GOP, is very, very simple. It's not so much that you want to eradicate DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. I'll let somebody else argue on behalf of that. What I like to focus on is, how dare you try to ignore the reason for its existence in the first place? Similar to civil rights legislation in 1964, similar to things like affirmative action, similar to things like the Rooney Rule in the National Football League, etc. How dare you try to get away with highlighting why it needed to exist in the first place? It was because of the iniquities of folks in the United States of America, primarily the white power structure that exists.
Oh, here we go. Fact. Hey, let me remind everybody, this is ESPN, by the way. This is an ESPN, the Total Sports Network. And they're talking about politics.
It is known throughout history that it is a fact. They want to gloss over and erase the need for those things to take place to begin with. We were talking about the National Football League feeling compelled to insert a rule that mandated minorities actually get interviewed for jobs because they weren't getting interviewed for jobs. And so now you...
So where's the rule that says that white people need to be a vocal point in the rap industry? Where's that rule at? Where is it? Why can't we get some rules that say we need more white people in rap? Or how about we just let people become successful based on their talents? Simple as that. You know? I hear the need for, we need more representation. Even country music has gone woke, for crying out loud. Even country music has gone woke. Even country music has pushed this, we need more diversity in country music. No, you don't. We don't need diversity anywhere for the diversity's sake. I've repeated this story 1,000 times. When I was growing up, I was a big sports fan. My favorite player was Michael Jordan. Larry Bird was also a megastar in the NBA. I didn't feel that I had to pull for Larry Bird because he was white. I was a Michael Jordan fan. That was perfectly fine with me. I didn't need representation because it's such bullshit. It's always been bullshit and it always will be bullshit. And it's a poison in order to control minorities. That is what it's all about. Always has been.
See a movement clearly provoked by a lot of folks on the side of the GOP. And clearly this administration has bought into it hook, line, and sinker, where a concerted effort is being made to scrub history. We saw Governor DeSantis in Florida allude to this during his campaign, where he literally tried to bring up there were good components about slavery. This is some utterly ridiculous stuff. I don't give a damn what you think you can find for it. When it involves rape, murder, mutilization, and other things like that, how dare you even try to find something positive?
Can we talk about something else that is far more pressing in this situation? And I think that this is obvious. I'm going to have to full screen Stephen A real quick, okay? Okay. Stephen A, I think the most important discussion that we need to have right now is you need to go ahead and give up. That hairline is running at a rapid pace. You need to just shave your head, bro. Like, it's absolutely obvious to everybody. Like, your hairline, your hairline used to be where mine's at, bro. It's all the way back now. You see, I still have hair. I still got a lot of hair. But his hairline is, I mean, it's like a visor. It's like a motorcycle helmet where he's lifting up the visor. Like, come on, man. Stephen A, give it up, bro. It's okay.
About such heinous acts and actions that have taken place in this country's history. And so now we have an administration in
Chat
place
going crazy.
that
I told you I have hair. I'm letting it grow out now.
Of trying to scrub history to the point where you have Jackie Robinson, who integrated Major League Baseball, who served in the United States military and would and departed with honor. Okay, he was not dishonorably discharged. He was.
That's my secret. When I go out in public, I don't wear a hat. Nobody recognizes me. That's my secret.
Honorably discharged. This is an individual, Molly. I'm reading from here right now, where we're talking about a guy that joined the 761st Tank Battalion, known as the Black Panthers, drafted into military service in 1942, was court-martialed in July of 1944 after refusing an order by a driver to move to the back of an Army bus he had boarded. Yet and still, we see on the website for the Pentagon yesterday.
Molly doesn't look uncomfortable. Molly loves this type of shit, man. This is what ESPN is all about. Now, I'm not going to listen to the rest of this bullshit. I just wanted to kind of set the table for Stephen A. Smith to run his mouth like he did so that I could justify what I was talking about here with this comment, because that's who Stephen A. Smith is. But it's all of the network now. Like, ESPN has completely lost all of their, like, they've lost the plot. Here is Mina Kimes, and she has to go on her soapbox about it. And this guy says, this is why people can't stand sports media, specifically ESPN, anymore. Mina Kimes takes a minute out of her sports show to irrationally claim that the Trump administration is racist and is trying to erase Jackie Robinson's history.
To purge government mentions of diversity, equity, inclusion, removed the website honoring Jackie Robinson's military service. It has since been restored, and their spokesperson, the Pentagon press secretary, said this: we do not view or highlight people such as Robinson through the prism of immutable characteristics such as race, amongst other things. So, look, Jackie Robinson was known for many things, but above all, first and foremost, it was his ongoing courage in the face of racial discrimination. In fact, in addition to crossing the color barrier in baseball, He served in a segregated unit in the Army and in one instance refused to move to the back of the bus, was arrested and acquitted. That matters. That history cannot be erased. It cannot be undone, and it must be recognized to fully understand and celebrate his legacy.
Thanks, Mina.
So,
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God, these people are so insufferable. It is insane. They've learned nothing. They've learned nothing. The reason that President Trump is in power right now is this type of stuff. People are sick and tired of it.